be showing you how to use the follow command, so luring, that I taught you in part 2 of the first thing to train your puppy, and how to use that to get your sit, your down, and your stand. So what you need for this is you need some treats and you need a very hungry puppy. So I've got this little beautiful girl. Hi baby. Her name is Sandy. Good dog. Good dog. And she's going to be our model for today. So by this point, you should be able to get your puppy following your hand around without leaving your hand. So if you don't know how to do that yet, I'll link the video below. So once you've got that, getting your sit is quite easy. All you need to do is lift your hand up over the puppy's head, which causes their bum to drop. Now, some puppies catch this straight away. Some puppies it takes a little bit of time. So just be patient and keep going with it. It does work. The downs can sometimes take a little bit longer even, which I'll show you to do in a second. So just to repeat the sit, I get Sandy back on my lure, good girl. And my hand goes up above her head, good girl, well done. And then her bum goes down. So once more, good girl, Sandy. Hand goes up above her head, good girl, and her bum goes down. Now, as her bum goes down, you want to give her a reinforcement command. So you can use good or yes or anything you like, but just some kind of command to mark the point that she does the right thing. And that's very important for puppies because puppies and dogs in general actually learn by reinforcement within 1 second. So as she does that sit, you need to praise her. At this point, we're not going to actually say the word because she's going to be so focused on the food, she's actually not even going to be listening for it. So that's why you get a lot of people whose dogs always follow their hand commands when they want to sit, or they keep needing to bend down to get the dogs to down, but the dogs won't actually do it without the hand commands. It's because the dog isn't listening to what they're saying because they're so focused on the smell of the food or on the person who is moving. So if I tell her anything now, while she's actually sniffing and watching the food go from side to side, she won't actually register anything that I'm saying. So I'll be teaching you in one of our follow-up videos how to actually teach them the commands to go with the body signs that you're showing them at the moment. So once more with the sit, if we get her back into the lure, good girl, good follow, good girl, up and above the head, good dog. Oh, she's so smart. She's so smart. Good. So to get the stand from there is really easy. All you do is you have the food at nose level, so not up and not down, at nose level, good girl, I know it's coming, at nose level, and all you do is you go perfectly parallel to the dog's head. Good girl. You try that again so everybody can see you a bit better. Good girl. So the sit goes up and stand goes from the nose straight out. Good girl. Good stand. Yes. Good girl. So we'll do that once more. So you got this. Oopsie. What happened? What happened? Can we try again? Good girl. So you've got her following your hand around in the lure. The sit is straight up. And stand is nose level and straight out again. Yay! Clever puppy! Good girl! Yes, you're so smart, man! You're so smart, man! Good puppy! Okay, so now for the down. Okay, so for the down, we're going to be doing something similar. So if you get your puppy into lure, good girl, follow. Oh, she's so smart. So smart. When you get the sit. Now for the down, you want to go straight down to between the front paws and you want to come straight out. If you go kind of down at a funny angle, then they'll probably stand. And if you go down too far, they might, or down kind of too close to them, then they might also stand. So this is something that sometimes takes dogs two times to get right and might take them 30 times to get right. But it is something that really does work for every dog that I've worked with so far. So if you've just got a little bit of persistence, good girl, then it will eventually get there. So you go straight down between her front paws. Oh, good girl. And she's a little superstar, so she's down there immediately. Good girl. We try again. Get back into lure, back into sit. Good girl. So straight down between the front paws. Good girl. Oh, wow. She's so smart. She's so smart. Good girl. Here we go once more. Oh, you are such a clever puppy. You are. You're so clever. You come back into sit from there. I know it's coming. We go back into learn. Good girl. So we get our sit. So straight down between the paws. Good girl. And then to get your sit back from there, all that you do is you get your puppy's nose and you come straight up. Good girl. Well done. So back into down, straight between the front paws. Good girl. And then to come back into sit. Straight up above the nose and then back into stand. Good, happy, well done. You're so smart, man. You are, you're so clever. So that's essentially how you can use luring to get your sit down and your stand commands. And as you saw that I was doing with Sandy there, you can really mix it up. So you're such a clown. You are. So you can get the sit and straight from the sit into the down and from the down back into the sit again. From there into the stand. You can get them to follow you a little bit between then. Back up into the sit, back up into the down, back sit, back stand. And then once they're really used to those commands, so always go, I know, so always go into the sit before you go into the down, and then try and go into the sit before you go into the stand. And just really kind of practice those commands like that. And then once they're really used to you doing it by luring, then you can start to make those arm movements a little bit smaller. So you can start asking for a sit instead of going sit with the food. And then from there, you can start adding the actual vocal command in a way that will get them to listen. So I'll be covering that in the next session, how to get them to actually listen to what you're saying and understand the command rather than just the body language command that you've been giving them. So where they listen to you instead of just watching you and responding to the way that your body's moving. So I hope that was helpful. Drop me any comments below if it's something that that you guys found useful. If you've got any questions. Sandy, you're making lots of noise with that water, baby. You are. If you've got any questions in regard to technique or anything, the main mistake that I see people making when they do this is particularly with the down. So, well, two main mistakes. The first one is that they don't keep the food to the puppy's nose the whole time. They're constantly doing this with the puppy, and then you start getting snapping. So try and keep the food to your puppy's nose the whole time. If your puppy is biting at you, then I will link the command for how to teach your puppy to take nicely down below, so you can teach them that licking is the way that they get the food instead of biting. And the second command, or the second mistake that I see people making is, she's such a clown. The second mistake that I see people making a lot is for the down. Instead of going straight down between their front paws, they come out like that. So they come out at an angle instead of going straight down. And what that does is it makes the puppy stand. And then when they ask them to back sit again, then they can ask them to go the wrong direction instead of straight up to go the wrong direction. And that can result in a stand instead of a sit. But yeah, otherwise it's relatively easy. Excuse me, little one, I'm trying to talk. So, but yeah, it's a relatively easy thing to do. It just takes practice, and it'll be really, really helpful for later on. I mean, having your dog know how to sit is great. Having them know how to lie down when they're getting a little bit too intense is great. And yeah, stand, I just find a really good command. Any kind of extra commands that you can be teaching your puppy to improve the relationship between you and to improve their obedience is always a good thing. So I hope you enjoyed that, and we will see you next week. From Sandy and myself, say bye. Say bye. Bye. Good girl.